First Circuit Solicitor David Pascoe releasing the grand jury report today outlining the investigation into corruption at the State House. It outlines a 2-year investigation into Richard Quinn and Associates and the companies that paid them for, quote, access and influence over public officials. News 19's Lauren Thomas tells us more.
According to the grand jury's 270-page report, 32 witnesses testified in this case, including former AT&T South Carolina President Pamela Lackey, Palmetto Health CEO Charles Beeman, and University of South Carolina President Harris Pastides. USC, AT&T, Palmetto Health, Scana Corporation, and the South Carolina Association for Justice all paid Richard Quinn and Associates over the years for services. However, the report explains that those organizations and businesses couldn't give a specific work product from RQ&A. Instead, the report found that they paid Richard Quinn Sr. for his relationships with lawmakers at the State House, relationships that typical contract lobbyists do not possess. As a result of the investigation, those companies, which are considered lobbyist principals, all entered into corporate integrity agreements to avoid any claims alleging violations to the South Carolina Lobbying Act, the South Carolina Ethics Act, and any other matters related to the report. Now they'll all be paying the state, and here's how much. The South Carolina Association for Justice agreed to pay $30,000. AT&T agreed to pay the state $60,000. Scana Corporation agreed to a $72,000 payment. USC agreed to a $90,000 payment, and Palmetto Health agreed to pay the state $100,000. That money will now go towards First Circuit Solicitor David Pascoe's office for reimbursement in the investigation, as well as the South Carolina Ethics Commission. Along with testimony from these lobbyist principals, the grand jury report claims that Attorney General Alan Wilson's actions impeded this investigation. The report says authorities lost 13 months as Wilson sat on the initial report, linking Rick Quinn Jr. after former House Speaker Bobby Harrell pleaded guilty to misuse of campaign funds in 2014. That delay meant the statute of limitations on potential federal crimes like money laundering ran out. Wilson is also a client of Richard Quinn and Associates. Now, he's called these claims a political smear against his re-election as he's running for a third term this year. As a result of the investigation, 4 Republican lawmakers have pleaded guilty. They include Bobby Harrell, Rick Quinn Jr., Jimmy Merrill, and John Corson, and none of them are serving prison time. Reporting in the studio, Lauren Thomas, News 19, WLTX.
Lauren, thank you.